Black trash. Stealing again? Karen's voice sliced through the air, her fingers gripping the leather belt like a whip ready to strike. Maya froze mid-reach, the fridge door half open, a slice of bread clutched in her trembling hand. Her jaw clenched tight, teeth grinding against the surge of fear boiling inside. Lucas whimpered from under the table, his small fists balled against his ears, body curled into a ball. Karen advanced, eyes narrowed to slits, the stench of whiskey heavy on her breath. "You think you belong here? Taking food meant for a real family?" Maya's chest heaved, her dark skin prickling under the glare. She dropped the bread, hands raised in surrender, but her voice cracked out defiant. "He's hungry. Lucas hasn't eaten since—" "Shut your mouth!" Karen snapped, belt cracking against the counter, the sound echoing like a gunshot. Maya's flinch was immediate, her shoulders hunching, but she stepped in front of the table, shielding her brother. Lucas's sobs grew louder, muffled against the floor tiles. Karen's face twisted, lips curling in disgust. "Always protecting that brat. Like you're some hero, but you're nothing but a burden, a dark spot on this house." Maya's eyes stung, but she blinked hard, refusing to let tears fall. Her mind raced. Ethan was away, no one to stop this. She grabbed Lucas's arm, pulling him up, his face streaked with dirt and fear. "We're not stealing, it's just bread." Karen lunged, belt swinging. "Liar, your kind always lies." The leather grazed Maya's arm, burning like fire. She yelped, shoving Lucas behind her, heart pounding in her ears. Karen's laughter barked out, cold and sharp. "See? Weak. Pathetic. Get out of my sight before I really hurt you." But Maya stood firm, her small frame trembling yet unyielding. Lucas clung to her leg, whispering, "Maya, please." Her resolve hardened. She wouldn't let this woman break them. Karen raised the belt higher, veins bulging in her neck. "Move, or I'll make you." Maya's breath caught, her fists tightening at her sides. The room pulsed with tension, every second stretching like a taut wire. Karen's eyes gleamed with triumph, the power rush fueling her cruelty. She swung again, aiming for Maya's face. Maya dodged, but the belt caught her shoulder, pain exploding through her. She gasped, staggering back, but grabbed a chair for balance. "Stop, please!" Karen pressed on, words spitting like venom. "You don't belong, never did. Ethan's pity project." Lucas screamed, darting out to hug Maya's waist. Karen's boot kicked the fallen bread, smashing it underfoot. "That's what you get." Maya's anger flared, overriding the fear. She straightened, voice steady despite the ache. "He's your nephew. How can you—" "Quiet!" Karen roared, face flushing red. She grabbed Maya's collar, yanking her close. The girl's breath hitched, smelling the alcohol fumes. "I decide what's fair, not some orphan like you." Maya twisted free, shoving Karen back with surprising force. The woman stumbled, knocking into the counter, a glass shattering on the floor. Shards scattered, glinting under the harsh kitchen light. Lucas wailed louder, covering his eyes. Karen recovered, fury igniting anew. "You'll pay for that!" She charged, belt whistling through the air. Maya scooped Lucas up, dodging to the side, her back slamming against the wall. Pain shot up her spine, but she held tight. "Run, Lucas!" But he clung harder, too scared to move. Karen closed in, breath ragged. "Nowhere to go." Maya's mind screamed for escape, but the door was blocked. She set Lucas down, pushing him toward the pantry. "Hide!" He scrambled in, the door clicking shut. Karen's hand shot out, grabbing Maya's hair, pulling hard. Tears finally escaped, hot on her cheeks. "Let go!" Karen's grip tightened, face inches away. "Beg! Beg like the dog you are!" Maya's knees buckled, but her spirit fought. "Please, don't hurt us!" Her voice broke, echoing in the chaos. Karen smirked, raising the belt once more. The air thickened with impending violence. Every muscle in Maya's body coiled for the next blow. The door burst open with a thunderous slam, hinges groaning under the force. Ethan stormed in, his briefcase dropping to the floor with a thud that cut through the chaos. His eyes locked on Karen, belt mid-swing, her face frozen in shock. "What the hell is this?" His voice boomed, deep and commanding, veins pulsing in his neck. Karen whipped around, belt dangling limp, her smirk vanishing into a mask of feigned innocence. "Ethan, you're back early." "Save it," Ethan barked, cutting her off sharply, striding forward with fists clenched white-knuckled. Maya's head snapped up, her tear-streaked face lighting with a flicker of hope, body still shielding Lucas in the pantry shadows. Ethan's gaze swept the room, the shattered glass, the crushed bread, Maya's bruised shoulder blooming red. His jaw tightened, a storm brewing in his eyes. "I heard every word. Black trash? Your kind? That's how you treat my daughter?" Karen's hands trembled, dropping the belt with a clatter. She backed against the counter, voice pitching high in defense. "She's lying. I was just lying." Ethan advanced, towering over her, his presence filling the kitchen like a wall of fury. He jabbed a finger at the shards on the floor. This? This is your discipline? Hitting kids? Starving them?" Maya's breath hitched, her arms loosening around Lucas as he peeked out, wide-eyed. Ethan knelt swiftly, pulling them both close, his broad shoulders a barrier against Karen's glare. "It's over, right now." Karen's lips quivered, switching to desperation. "Ethan, listen. She's the problem, always stirring trouble, taking what's not hers." "Enough!" Ethan's roar echoed off the walls, making Lucas flinch. He stood, yanking his phone from his pocket, fingers flying across the screen. "I saw the bruises last week, ignored it, thinking it was an accident. But this? No more." Maya's heart raced, her small hand gripping his sleeve, silent gratitude in her touch. Karen lunged forward, grabbing his arm. "You can't throw me out. Lucas is my blood." Ethan shook her off like dust, eyes blazing. "Blood? You don't deserve that word." He dialed, voice steady into the phone. "Security? Get here now. Escort her out." Karen's face crumpled, knees buckling as she slid to the floor, sobs fake and ragged. "Please, Ethan. Family." He ignored her, turning to Maya, his expression softening for the first time. "You're safe now, both of you." Lucas buried his face in Ethan's leg, tiny shoulders shaking. Maya nodded, wiping her eyes, but doubt lingered in her stare. Could this really end the nightmare? Ethan scooped them up, heading for the stairs, leaving Karen sprawled amid the wreckage. Her wails faded behind them, but the air hummed with unresolved rage, a promise of battles yet to come. "You're blind to her tricks." Karen's accusation flew like a dagger, her body snapping upright from the floor, fingers clawing at Ethan's sleeve. He wrenched away, his face a mask of steel, eyes drilling into hers without mercy. Maya huddled on the stairs, Lucas pressed against her side, her pulse thundering from the fresh bruises. "Tricks? I heard you. Every slur." Ethan's words cut deep, his fingers stabbing the air toward her. Karen's chin jutted, defiance flaring in her bloodshot eyes. She rose unsteadily, hands smoothing her rumpled shirt, voice pitching into a whine. "She's manipulating you. That black girl always—" "Stop!" Ethan thundered, stepping closer, his breath hot on her face, forcing her back against the wall. Her knees buckled slightly, but she pushed off, words tumbling out faster. "Listen, I caught her stealing. She attacked me first." "Attacked?" Ethan's laugh barked out, harsh and devoid of humor, his hand slamming the banister, vibrations rippling up Maya's spine. She flinched, but her gaze locked on him, a spark of trust igniting amid the fear. Karen pressed on, voice cracking. "Yes, she shoved me, broke the glass. It's her fault." "Lies!" Ethan snarled, pulling out his phone, screen glowing with the camera app open. He thrust it forward, replaying the footage. Karen's belt swinging, Maya's cries piercing the audio. Karen's face drained of color, her lips parting in a gasp, hands flying to her mouth. "That's edited. You don't understand." "Understand?" He pocketed the phone, looming over her, his voice dropping to a lethal whisper. "I understand abuse. Black trash. That's your truth." Maya's fist clenched at her sides, her nails digging into palms, drawing tiny beads of blood, silent rage bubbling as memories of past hits flooded back. Lucas whimpered, burying his face in her shirt. Karen staggered, clutching the counter for support, tears welling, but fury still burning. The whiskey? It made me say things. I didn't mean it. Ethan's interruption sliced like a blade, his hand gesturing wildly at the kids. Look at them. Bruised, terrified. You're doing. Karen's shoulders slumped, but she rallied, pointing at Maya. She's not even yours, just some charity case you picked up to feel good. Wrong. He grabbed her wrist as she reached out, twisting it just enough to make her yelp, then released with disgust. Her arm dropped limp, pain shooting through her, face contorting in shock. Maya stood taller now, her breath steadying, watching the power shift. Karen's voice broke into sobs. Ethan, please. Family sticks together. Family? His scoff echoed, eyes narrowing to slits. He turned his back, shielding the children, his body a fortress. Karen collapsed again, knees hitting the floor hard, her pleas turning to wails. But Ethan's resolve hardened like iron, the air thick with her crumbling facade, hinting at the storm of consequences brewing just beyond this moment. She's my daughter! Ethan's declaration exploded like a grenade, his finger jabbing toward Maya, voice thundering through the tension. Karen's sobs choked off, her body jerking upright from the floor, eyes widening in disbelief. She clawed at the air, reaching for him again. No, she's not. Legally, emotionally, morally. He cut her down, each word a hammer strike, his stance unyielding as he blocked her path to the stairs. Maya's breath caught, her bruised shoulder throbbing, but a warmth spread through her chest, his words wrapping around her like armor. Lucas peeked up, his tear-soaked face pressing harder into her side. Karen's hands balled into fists, nails digging into her palms until blood dotted her skin. You can't mean that. Lucas is mine. Yours? Ethan's sneer twisted his features, stepping forward to tower over her crumpled form. He snatched her phone from the counter, hurling it against the wall, plastic shattering in a spray of fragments. Pack your bags, now! You're out! Karen's gasp ripped from her throat, body scrambling backward on all fours, face contorting in raw panic. Ethan, wait! No waiting! He roared, grabbing a nearby duffel bag from the hall closet and flinging it at her feet, the zipper rasping open like a threat. Her fingers fumbled at it, stuffing in random items, a sweater, keys, tears mixing with snot on her chin. Maya watched, her fists unclenching slowly, the weight of years of slurs lifting just a fraction. But doubt gnawed. Would this stick? Karen rose shakily, bag slung over her shoulder, voice breaking into pleas. Please. I raised him. Raised! Ethan's hand shot out, pointing to the door, his other arm sweeping Maya and Lucas behind him. You terrorized them. Security's here. Sirens wailed faintly outside, blue lights flashing through the windows, piercing the chaos. Karen's knees buckled again, but she dragged herself toward the exit, glancing back with venom in her eyes. You'll regret this. Out! He slammed the door behind her as guards hauled her away, her screams muffling into the night. Ethan turned, kneeling to Maya and Lucas, his hands gentle on their shoulders, steadying their shivers. Upstairs, my room. Safe now. Maya nodded, her hand slipping into his, Lucas clutching the other. The three ascending the stairs in silence, footsteps echoing like a fragile promise. But Ethan's jaw remained set, eyes distant with unspoken secrets, the weight of hidden truths pressing down, ready to erupt in the days ahead. Proof! Right here! Ethan's fist slammed the desk in his home office, the monitor flickering to life with grainy footage. Karen's belt cracking down on Maya's back in a clip from days ago. His knuckles whitened around the mouse, rage surging as the video looped her slurs. Worthless, dark scum. Maya stood in the doorway, arms crossed tight over her chest, her bruised skin itching under the bandage, breath shallow from the fresh memory. Lucas hid behind her legs, fingers twisting her shirt hem. Ethan paused the video, his eyes locking on Maya with fierce protection. This ends her. Forever. Karen's voice crackled through the speakerphone before he could dial, her call blasting in uninvited. Ethan, you can't do this! That footage is fake. Fake? He smashed the mute button, then unmuted to roar back. I installed the cameras myself. Saw you hit her. Starved them. Maya's jaw clenched, teeth grinding as flashes of locked pantries hit her, hunger pains twisting her gut anew. She stepped forward, voice small but sharp. She did. Every night. Quiet, girl. Karen's interruption hissed over the line, venom dripping. Ethan hit the speaker, dialing LAPD instead, his free hand beckoning Maya closer. Detective Ramirez. Ethan Walker. Emergency welfare report. Abuse on tape. Ramirez's response came clipped, authoritative. Details, now. Ethan's words poured out. Dates, bruises, slurs. His voice steady but edged with fury. Maya leaned in, adding her own account. She called me trash, locked us out. Lucas nodded vigorously, his small frame shaking. Ramirez cut in. CPS en route, hold the evidence. The line clicked dead. Ethan pocketed the phone, turning to Maya, his hand gentle on her shoulder despite the storm in his eyes. She winced at the touch but held firm, trust budding. They'll believe us. Her question hung sharp. He nodded once, hard. They will, or I'll make them. Sirens wailed closer, blue lights pulsing through the blinds. The door pounded, CPS agent Ramirez bursting in, badge flashing, eyes scanning the kids' faces. Show me the tape. Ethan hit play, Karen's image lashing out on screen. Ramirez's face hardened, pen scratching notes furiously. Psychological abuse, neglect, category confirmed. Maya sat for the interview, her fist balled on her lap, recounting every hit, every slur, voice cracking but unbroken. She hated my skin, said I didn't belong. Lucas corroborated, stammering through tears. Ramirez's nod was grim. Report filed. Investigation launches. She handed Ethan a card, her grip firm. Court next if needed. Ethan escorted her out, the door slamming shut. He turned back, pulling Maya into a hug, her body rigid at first, then melting slightly. Justice starts here. But Maya's eyes darted to the window, where shadows of nosy neighbors lurked, whispers of backlash already stirring in her mind. The fight far from over. Tech billionaire favor Zor's black orphan over white kin. Henry's bellow shattered the morning calm as he pounded on the front door, his fist leaving dents in the wood. Ethan yanked it open, face etched with contempt, blocking the threshold like a barricade. Henry's eyes bulged, tie askew, spittle flying with each word. You ruined my sister. Now the press is eating it up. Ruined? Ethan's retort sliced through, his hand shoving Henry back a step, muscles coiling under his shirt. Maya peered from the hallway, her fingers digging into the doorframe, heart slamming at the familiar venom. Echoes of Karen's slurs now amplified. Lucas clung to her, whispering fears. Henry recovered, jabbing a finger at Ethan's chest. Lawsuit incoming. Discrimination. You'll lose everything. Lose? Ethan grabbed Henry's collar, yanking him close, breath hot and threatening. Your sister's the abuser. Tapes prove it. Henry's face reddened, wrenching free, voice rising to a shout. Press says otherwise. Headlines everywhere. Walker dumps family for charity case. Headlines! Ethan's laugh erupted, bitter and sharp, as he pulled out his tablet, shoving the screen in Henry's face. Tabloid articles scrolling. Billionaire's bias. Black girl wins. White boy loses? Maya's stomach twisted, bile rising at the twisted narrative, her nails scraping wood as rage built. She stepped forward, voice cutting in. It's lies. She hurt us. Shut up, kid! Henry snarled, swatting the air toward her, but Ethan intercepted, his arm swinging to block, knocking Henry off balance. Henry stumbled, crashing into the porch rail, breath heaving, neighbors' boars talk. They see her, dark skin, no place here. Talk! Ethan's fist clenched, advancing until Henry pressed flat against the wall, sweat beading on his brow. He dialed his lawyer mid-sentence, speaker on blast. Countersue for slander. Now! Henry's pleas overlapped, frantic. Wait! We can settle! No settle! Ethan hung up, towering closer, eyes locked in a death stare. Henry bolted for his car, tires screeching as he fled, but not before yelling back. Media storm's coming! Your rep's toast! Ethan slammed the door, wood splintering slightly, turning to Maya with a forced calm. Her eyes burned with unshed tears, the online hate already buzzing on her phone. Anonymous posts calling her intrude neighbors or stares pierced through windows, whispers turning to shouts outside. Ethan's phone exploded with alerts. More articles, more lies. His jaw setting hard. We'll fight back. But Maya's fist tightened, doubt creeping in as the backlash swelled. The public eye now a weapon poised to strike deeper wounds. Fight dirty? Fine. Ethan's snarl ripped through the living room as he hurled the newspaper across the table, headlines screaming, Walker's War, Black Girl vs. White Family Legacy. His fist clenched the remote, flipping channels, talk shows dissecting his life, pun labeling him race traitor. Maya sank into the couch, her knees drawn up, fingers gouging the cushions, stomach churning at the on-screen photos of her bruised face twisted into victim-blaming memes. Lucas covered his ears, rocking slightly. Ethan paced, phone buzzing non-stop with alerts. They twist everything. Twist? Cheryl's voice boomed from the doorway, the CNN reporter barging in unannounced, notepad flipped open, eyes hungry for the scoop. Ethan whirled, blocking her advance with an outstretched arm. Who let you in? Security! Cheryl dodged his swipe, thrusting a mic forward. Public demands truth. Karen's interview airs tonight. Claims you're brainwashed by that girl. Girl? Ethan's hand snatched the mic, crushing it in his grip until plastic cracked, his face inches from hers. Cheryl recoiled but fired back. Maya, she's the story. Let me interview her. No! He shoved the broken mic back, turning to Maya, his voice softening mid-rage. Not yet. Maya's pulse hammered, her lips pressing into a thin line, memories of slurs flashing, now broadcast nationwide. She stood abruptly, knocking over a lamp that shattered on the floor. They lie about me. Say I'm the thief. Thief! Cheryl pounced, notebook scribbling furiously, but Ethan grabbed her elbow, dragging her toward the door. Out! Before I sue! Cheryl twisted free, yelling over her shoulder. Truth outs! Karen's side trends. Millions believe her. Ethan's shove sent her stumbling onto the porch, door slamming shut with a boom that rattled windows. He leaned against it, breath ragged, eyes meeting Maya's defiant stare. We go public, my way. Maya's fist balled, nails cutting crescents into her palms. How? They hate me already. Hate? Ethan's interruptions were pulling her into a strategy huddle, laptop open on the table. He typed furiously, emailing trusted contacts. Counter with facts, video, your voice. Lucas inched closer, his small hand tugging Ethan's sleeve. Scary. Ethan ruffled his hair, resolve stealing. We'll scare them back. Hours later, Cheryl returned, invited this time. Camera crew in tow, lights glaring. Ethan positioned Maya front and center, his hand on her shoulder like a shield. Roll, no cuts. Cheryl nodded, mic live. Mr. Walker, allegations of bias. Bias? Ethan leaned in, voice a whip. Abuse, watch this. He hit play on the projector, Karen's footage unspooling. Belt strikes, racial venom spewing. Cheryl's eyes widened, crew gasping. Maya spoke up, voice steady despite the knot in her throat. She called me scum. Hurt us because of my skin. Skin? Cheryl probed, but Ethan cut her off. Focus. That's the truth. The interview surged, Maya recounting nights of hunger, bruises hidden under sleeves, her words raw and unfiltered. Lucas added whispers. Anti-mean. Clips went viral mid-broadcast, hashtags flipping from hate to support. Ethan's phone lit up, celebrities retweeting, public outrage shifting. But backlash hit harder. Protesters at the gate, signs blaring, white rights first. Ethan charged out, confronting the leader. Leave or face charges. Charges? The man spat, camera phones rolling. You're the criminal, favoring her over blood. Ethan's punch nearly flew, but he restrained, dragging Maya inside as rocks pelted the windows. She collapsed against the wall, sobs racking her frame. Why us? Ethan knelt, wiping her tears with his thumb. Because truth wins. Watch. Overnight, the unedited interview exploded. Millions viewing Maya's raw testimony, tides turning. Supporters rallied online, drowning out the noise. Ethan's eyes gleamed with grim satisfaction, but Maya's questions burned deeper. What about court? The legal storm loomed, papers stacking on his desk, the fight escalating to a battlefield where blood ties would shatter illusions. Blood trumps all! Karen's shriek pierced the courtroom air as she slammed her palm on the witness stand, veins bulging in her neck, eyes locked on Ethan like daggers. The judge's gavel cracked down hard, wood splintering the echo. Order! Ethan's lawyer leapt up, pointing accusingly. Objection! Inflammatory! Overruled! The judge's bark cut him short, but Ethan's fists clenched under the table, his gaze boring into Karen, rage simmering. Maya sat rigid in the gallery, her fingers twisting a tissue to shreds, heart pounding at the familiar hate now amplified under oath. Lucas fidgeted beside her, whispering terrors. Karen pressed on, voice rising to a wail. Lucas is mine! That girl stole him! Stole? Ethan's interruption thundered from his seat, standing abruptly, chair scraping back with a screech. The bailiff surged forward, but Ethan waved him off, striding to the aisle. Lies! Your blood didn't stop the abuse. Karen's lips curled, spitting back. Abuse? Discipline. She's the outsider. Outsider? The lawyer pounced, thrusting documents forward. Karen's petition for custody glaring on the projector. Rights by birth over adoption. Maya's breath hitched, her nails carving into her palms, blood welling as flashbacks hit. Locked doors, empty stomachs. She leaned forward, voice breaking the hush. She hurt us. Silence! Karen whirled, finger jabbing at Maya, face twisting in fury. The judge hammered again. Witness, control yourself. Ethan's team huddled, flipping through files. DNA reports clutched tight, his secret weapon. Ethan whispered to his attorney. Drop it now. The lawyer nodded, standing sharp. Your Honor, new evidence? Evidence? Karen's lawyer bolted up, papers scattering. Irrelevant. Blood ties. Ties? Ethan's voice sliced through, handing over the envelope himself, seal breaking with a rip. The judge snatched it, eyes scanning the DNA results. Maya Walker, biological daughter of Ethan Walker. Gasps erupted from the gallery, Karen's face draining white, body slumping against the stand. Impossible! He's lying! Lying! The judge's glare pinned her, holding up the certified lab printout. Affidavit. Test confirmed. Maya froze, her world tilting. Biological? Her eyes met Ethan's, wide with shock, tears blurring as truth crashed in. Lucas gripped her hand, confused whispers escaping. Karen rallied, slamming the stand again. Forgery! She's still black trash. Trash? Ethan's roar filled the room, striding to the front despite protests, his hand slamming the DNA paper down. My daughter, from my past, hidden to protect her. The courtroom buzzed, reporters scribbling madly. Karen's lawyer objected wildly. Prejudicial. Sustained. But the damage struck, jurors shifting, eyes on Maya with newfound pity. Ethan's team piled on, video clips replaying on screen. Karen's strikes, slurs echoing. Dark scum! Karen covered her ears, sobbing. Stop. It's not... Not what? Maya's voice rang out, standing unbidden, the bailiff halting mid-step at the judge's nod. She approached the stand, fists unclenched for the first time, voice steady. You beat me, starved us, because of my skin. Karen lunged across the barrier, claws out. Liar, you ruined my family. Ruined? The judge's gavel thundered thrice, guards restraining Karen as she thrashed. Ethan pulled Maya back, his arm a shield, whispering fiercely. You did it! Testimony surged, Maya detailing every bruise, every night of fear, her words raw knives. Experts followed. Dr. Marlene on psychological scars, videos corroborating. Karen's defense crumbled, her lawyer stammering retreats. Mitigating circumstances. Circumstances? Ethan's final stand boomed from the box, eyes locked on the judge. Abuse has none. Closing arguments flew, the prosecutor hammering neglect, the defense pleading blood. The jury filed out, doors sealing with a click. Hours dragged, Maya pacing the hall, Ethan gripping her shoulder. Truth prevails. Deliberation ended, jury back, foreman rising. Petition denied, no contact, permanent. Karen's wail pierced, collapsing in handcuffs as guards dragged her away for contempt. Ethan hugged Maya tight, Lucas piling in. Family forged anew. But Maya's eyes lingered on the empty stand. Questions about her birth mother burning, the healing path stretching into uncharted shadows. Scars define you. Dr. Marlene's challenge hit like a slap, her pen tapping the notepad sharply, eyes piercing Maya's from across the therapy couch. Maya recoiled, her fingers digging into the armrest, nails splintering the leather as old bruises throbbed phantom pains. Ethan sat beside her, his knee bouncing with restrained fury, jaw locked tight. No, they don't define? Marlene leaned forward, cutting Maya off, her voice a scalpel dissecting defenses. Then why hide them? Sleeves down, always. Maya's breath hitched, her hands yanking up her shirt cuff instinctively, revealing faded purple marks. Karen's legacy. Tears pricked, but she blinked them back, chin lifting defiantly. Because people stare, whisper, black victim? Victim? Ethan's interruption exploded, his hands slamming the coffee table, rattling the water glasses. He turned to Marlene, eyes blazing. She's a survivor, not defined by that witch's hate. Marlene's nod was curt, flipping a page. Prove it. Talk. The guilt. Why carry it? Maya tensed, body curling inward. Memories crashing. Nights begging, "Don't hurt us!" Lucas's cries echoing. "I should have fought harder. Harder!" Marlene snatched the words, her chair scraping forward. "You shielded him. Took the hits. That's strength." Ethan's fist unclenched slightly, his arm draping over Maya's shoulders, pulling her close. His touch a rare anchor. She leaned in, voice cracking. "But the slurs! Trash! They stick inside." "Stick?" Marlene's retort flew, handing Maya a mirror from her desk. "Look, see beyond them." Maya stared at her reflection, dark skin glowing under the lamp, eyes fierce despite the shadows. Her fingers traced her cheek, anger flaring. "I see me, not her poison." Ethan nodded, his voice low. "Good. Now the past. Ask about your roots." "Roots?" Maya's head snapped up, gaze locking on Ethan, heart slamming. "You know, my real parents—" "No." He cut himself off, standing abruptly, pacing the room with heavy steps. Marlene interjected. "Sessions build to that. Face the abandonment first." Maya rose too, blocking Ethan's path, her small frame unyielding. "Tell me, why hide?" Ethan's shoulders sagged, but resolve hardened his features. "To protect you from my mistakes." "Mistakes?" Marlene probed, her tone unrelenting, guiding them back to their seats. Ethan collapsed down, rubbing his temples, voice dropping to a gravel whisper. "Your mother, Jasmine. We loved fiercely, but society tore us. Racial walls, my family's pressure." Maya's fist balled, nails cutting deeper, blood warm on her skin. "You left her? Left me? Left?" Ethan's head shook violently, grabbing her hands to stop the self-harm. "Hid you in adoption, to shield from hate like Karen's." Tears streamed now, Maya's body shaking as sobs racked her. Marlene handed tissues, voice firm. "Release it, that's healing." Session after session built, Ethan confessing nights of regret, Maya screaming bottled rage. Lucas joining to share his fears. Marlene pushed relentlessly, role plays of confrontations, journals of pain turned to power. Maya's bruises faded, but inner wounds scarred over strongly. Ethan hired a PI, folder slapping the table one day. "Found her, Jasmine." "Found?" Maya's gasp ripped out, snatching the file, pages flipping wildly. Photos of a woman mirroring her features, address in New York. Ethan nodded, eyes misty. "Time to face her." But Maya's grip tightened on the paper, doubt warring with hope. The journey to origins, now a blade's edge waiting to cut or mend. Abandoned me for what? Maya's accusation lashed out like a whip, her letter crumpling in her fist as she faced Jasmine across the dingy New York diner table, eyes blazing with pent-up fury. Jasmine's hands trembled around her coffee mug, knuckles whitening, face crumpling under the assault. Not abandoned, forced. Forced? Maya slammed the paper down, coffee sloshing over the rim, her body leaning forward, shoulders hunched like a predator. Jasmine recoiled, mug clattering, voice breaking. Society, your father's world. Rich white circles hated us. Hated! Ethan's voice cut in from the booth's edge, where he loomed protective, his fist pounding the table lightly to draw fire. He'd insisted on coming, his presence a shield. But Maya's glare silenced him. Stay out. This is mine. Jasmine pressed on, tears streaking her cheeks, hands reaching across. I loved you. Gave you up to save you from poverty, from hate like mine. Save? Maya's hand shot back, knocking Jasmine's away, the slap of skin echoing sharply. Her chest heaved, breath ragged, memories of foster homes flashing, cold beds, empty promises. Jasmine winced, pulling back, but rallied. Ethan hid it, to protect. But I wrote letters. Letters? Maya snatched the envelope from her pocket, ripping it open mid-sentence. Pages fluttering. Words leapt out. My daughter, forgive. But Maya crumpled it again, tossing it at Jasmine's chest. Too late. You left me to monsters like Karen. Monsters! Jasmine's sob ripped free, body doubling over, fist pounding her thighs. Ethan stepped in, his arm barring Maya from lunging. Enough! She's suffering too. Maya twisted against him, elbows jabbing. Suffering? I suffered. Slurs, hits, because of you both. Jasmine straightened, voice hoarse. I fought, addicted, broke, but I fought to find you. Find? Maya's laugh barked out, bitter and raw, her fingers clawing the table edge until wood splintered. She stood, chair toppling backward with a crash. Years too late. Jasmine rose too, grabbing Maya's wrist, grip desperate. Look at me. Your eyes, mine. Don't throw this away. Away? Maya wrenched free but paused, staring into Jasmine's face, mirrored features softening her rage just a crack. Tears fell now, hot on her skin. Why now? Jasmine's embrace came so suddenly, arms wrapping tight. Maya stiff at first, then melting slightly. Because you're strong, stronger than me. Ethan watched, his own eyes misting, hand on Maya's back. Listen to her. The hug broke, Maya stepping back, breath steadying. Jasmine handed over photos, old snapshots of a younger her with baby Maya. You start, not perfect. Maya traced the images, fingers lingering, anger ebbing into ache. I needed you. Jasmine nodded, voice firm. Need me now? I'm here. But Maya pocketed the photos, turning away. Maybe. But forgiveness? Earn it. Jasmine's nod was resolute, following them out, promises spilling. Visits, calls, whatever you want. Ethan guided Maya to the car, his whisper urgent. Good step. Now the harder one, me. Maya's eyes narrowed, the revelation of his paternity still raw. Back home, she confronted him in the study, door slamming shut. You, my father, hid it. Why? Why? Ethan's retort flew, but guilt cracked his voice, body slumping into the chair. Maya advanced, finger jabbing his chest. Coward, afraid of scandal? He grabbed her hand, holding firm. Afraid for you, my world, racist boards, cutthroat deals, would have crushed you. Maya's pull was fierce, but she stayed, voice dropping. Crushed? Like Karen did? Did? Ethan's head shook, pulling out a hidden box. Letters, DNA tests, photos of Jasmine and him, young, defiant in love. I watched from afar, funded your fosters anonymously. Maya's knees buckled, sinking to the floor, box contents spilling. Watched? While I begged, don't hurt us. Ethan's knees matched hers, arms enveloping. Regret every day, but you're mine. Blood and choice. Maya's sobs muffled against his shirt, fists pounding his back weakly. Hate you. Love you. He held tighter, rocking her. Face it all. Together. The embrace lingered, walls crumbling, but Maya's mind raced to the next leap, claiming her name, her identity forged from these shattered pieces, the legal stamp awaiting to seal her rebirth. Name's a chain. Maya's declaration exploded in the courthouse hallway, her fist crumpling the petition form, eyes locked on Ethan like accusations. He snatched the paper back, unfolding it with sharp snaps, his brow furrowing deep. Chain? It's freedom. Maya Jasmine Walker. Walker? Maya's retort sliced through, stepping closer, her breath hot on his face, body vibrating with unresolved fire from the meetings with Jasmine in his confessions. Ethan held firm, handing the form to the clerk behind the counter, voice steady. Your choice. Honor her, Jasmine's middle name, but claim mine. The clerk stamped it hard, ink smearing slightly, but Maya grabbed Ethan's arm, nails digging in. Claim? After hiding? Hiding? Ethan's hand covered hers, prying gently but firmly, his eyes softening amid the steel. No more. This seals it. Legally you. Maya's pull was fierce, yanking free, pacing the marble floor with stomps that echoed. Legally? What about inside? Karen's words still echo. Trash! Echo! The judge emerged from chambers, robe swishing, gavel tucked under arm, overhearing the fray. She interjected sharply. Petition review. Grounds? Ethan thrust the DNA results forward, pages rustling. Biological tie confirmed. Name changed to reflect truth. Maya's head whipped around, voice cracking. Truth? It hurts? Hurts? The judge's gaze pinned her, flipping through documents, pen-scratching notes. Court affirms identity. Hearing now. They filed into the small chamber, Maya slumping into a chair, knees bouncing, fingers twisting a loose thread on her sleeve until it snapped. Ethan sat beside, whispering urgently, Own it. You're not her victim. The judge banged the gavel once, the room silencing. State your case. Case? Maya stood unbidden, chair scraping back, her voice surging. I was Maya Holloway, abandoned, abused. Now, Maya Jasmine Walker, my mother's fire, his strength. Ethan's nod was proud, but he added quickly, no opposition, clean record. The judge probed, leaning forward. Why now? Maya met her eyes chin high. To bury the past. No more black orphan whispers. Whispers? The judge's interruption came swiftly but empathetically, setting down the pen. Court sees merit. Any objections? Silence hung, broken only by Maya's ragged breasts. Ethan squeezed her hand under the table, pulse racing shared. The judge nodded once, hard. Approved. Effective immediately. The stamp thudded down, final and resounding. Maya's shoulders sagged, relief crashing like a wave, tears spilling unchecked. Free? Free? Ethan pulled her into a hug, his arms iron bands, voice muffled in her hair. Always were. Now official. The clerk handed over the certificate, warm from the printer, ink fresh. Maya traced the new name, fingers steady for the first time, a smile cracking her lips. Maya Jasmine Walker. But doubt flickered. Would this paper shield against future storms? Ethan guided her out, arm linked. Next, build on it. Maya's nod strengthened. The certificate clutched like a talisman, the future calling with projects and growth, wounds closing, but scars fueling her forward charge. Pain owns you. The critic's jeer exploded from the crowd at the school assembly, his finger stabbing toward Maya on stage, voice dripping scorn over her essay draft. Maya gripped the podium, knuckles bleaching white, her new name badge glinting, Maya Jasmine Walker, heart slamming as echoes of Karen's slurs resurfaced. Owns? No! I turn it to thanks! Her retort fired back, hands sweeping to the projected wall behind her, names etched in bold marker. Ethan, Jasmine, Marlene, her gratitude wall manifesting live. The critic recoiled, mouth gaping but pressed. Thanks for abuse. Abuse? Maya's fist pounded the podium, wood vibrating, her eyes locking his in a fierce stare-down. The audience shifted, murmurs rising, but she charged on, marker uncapped in her free hand, scrawling more names mid-sentence. Ramirez, Cheryl. These fought for me, turned hits to hope. Ethan stood in the wings, his clap starting slow then thundering, drawing others in, applause crashing like waves. The critic backed down, slumping into his seat, face reddening. Fine, read it. Read? Maya snatched her essay. Home built on love. Voice booming through the mic, words slicing air. Blood didn't save me. Choice did. Hate built walls. Love tore them down. Sentences flew, detailing nights of terror turned triumphs, her tone raw, unyielding. Listeners leaned forward, some wiping eyes, others nodding fiercely. Ethan whispered to a board member nearby, checkbook out. Fund this, now. The man nodded, pen scratching a donation slip. Maya finished, paper crumpling in her grip as ovation erupted, standing, roaring. But a septic shouted from the back. Just words. Prove impact. Impact? Maya's leap off stage was swift, marker thrust into the skeptic's hand. Add your name. Join the wall. He hesitated, but she grabbed his wrist, guiding the scrawl, his name joining the list. The crowd surged, markers passing hand to hand, the wall filling with allies. Ethan watched, pride swelling, pulling strings backstage, announcing the Maya Project Fund launch. Millions for abused kids, his voice over speakers. Support starts here. Donations poured in, phones buzzing with pledges. Maya climbed back on stage, marker capped, breath steady. Not victims, builders. But doubt hit. A kid in the front row challenged. How? We're broken. Broken. Maya's kneel matched his level, hand on his shoulder firm. Build from shards, like me. He nodded, tears falling, adding his name. Assembly ended in chaos. Hugs, plans forming. Ethan pulled her aside, envelope in hand. Kwai launched. Your legacy. Maya's hug crushed him, but questions burned. Enough? More to do. Ethan's nod was resolute, eyes on the wall. Always. Next. Spread it wide. The growing list loomed, a beacon pulling her toward broader horizons. The hope now a fire ready to ignite beyond these walls. Forgive. Never. Maya's snarl tore through the quiet study, her fist crumpling Jasmine's old letter, ink smearing across her palm as she hurled it at Ethan's feet. He snatched it up, unfolding with sharp tugs, his eyes narrowing to slits. Never? Read it. She begged for this. Begged. Maya's hand shot out, grabbing the paper back, tearing a corner in the yank. Her chest heaved, breath ragged, the words blurring through fresh tears. Daughter, my mistakes. Love always. Strength surged, her voice steadying. She left me Twinnell. Like you. Ethan recoiled, paper dropping, his knees hitting the floor hard. I stayed hidden. To shield. Shield? Maya's boot kicked the letter aside, scattering fragments, her body towering over him for the first time. From what? More hate? Ethan rose slowly, hands raised in surrender, voice cracking. From my world. But now, face it. Maya's fists unclenched, picking up a shard, reading aloud. You deserve better. Tears fell, hot and unrelenting, her body collapsing into a chair. She suffered too? Suffered? Ethan's nod came swiftly, kneeling again, gathering the pieces like puzzles. Addicted, broke, but she fought back. Maya traced the words, fingers trembling, anger melting into ache. I forgive her. Ethan's embrace came suddenly, arms locking tight, her sobs muffling against his shoulder. And me? Maya's push was gentle, pulling back to meet his eyes. Working on it. The letter refolded, tucked away. Maya stood, resolve hardening her features. Camp tomorrow. Alone. Ethan's brow furrowed, hand on her arm. Ready. First time away. Away! Maya's retort flew, shrugging him off, backpack slung over her shoulder. Need it. To grow. He nodded once, hard, pulling her into one last hug. Shine. The car door slammed, engine roaring as she left, Ethan's wave fading in the rear view. Camp gates loomed, kids milling, diverse faces, wary stares. A bully cornered her, first night, shoving her bunk. New girl? Weak? Weak? Maya's shove back sent him stumbling, bed frame rattling. Her stance widened, eyes fierce. Try me. The group circled, but she charged through, voice booming. Workshop now. Leadership. Bully backed off, but taunts followed. Orphan trash. Trash. Maya's whirl was lightning, grabbing his collar, yanking close. I survived worse. Join or leave. He wrenched free, but stayed, curiosity cracking his sneer. Sessions surged, Maya leading debates on identity. Her stories raw. Hate hit me. I hit back with truth. Peers leaned in, sharing scars. Abuse, loss, bonds formed, hands linking in circles, her name whispered as inspiration. The bully confessed later, tears streaming. Sorry, my home, like yours. Like. Maya's arm draped over his shoulders, pulling him into the group hug. Then fight it. Together. Campfires blazed with songs, her voice leading, confidence blooming. Final day, presentation. Maya on stage, essay in hand. From Don't Hurt Us to We Heal Us. Applause thundered, awards piling, leadership trophy clutched tight. Bully clapped hardest, nod exchanged. Ride home, backpack heavier with friends' numbers. Maya's smile wide. Ethan waited at the door, arms open. Changed. She hugged fiercely, trophy thrust into his hands. Stronger, complete. But eyes gleamed with new fire, ready to spread the light further, the world beyond now her canvas to paint with unyielding hope. Hurt defines nothing. Maya's proclamation thundered across the packed auditorium, her fist slamming the lectern, eyes sweeping the sea of faces, elders nodding, youths rising in applause. The skeptic from the back row surged forward, arm raised like a blade. Defines? You survived. Big deal. Deal? Maya's retort cracked like lightning, stepping from the podium, microphone cord yanking taut. She charged down the aisle, crowd parting, her gaze locking his in unyielding fire. Survival? I thrive. From begs of don't hurt us to this, hope fortress. The skeptic halted, breath hitching, but jabbed back. Words empty without proof. Proof? Ethan's voice boomed from the wings, striding on stage, check in hand for the Maya project. Millions pledged, his hand thrusting it high. This, funds for kids like her. No more chains. Maya snatched it, waving it like a flag, turning to the skeptic. Join or stay broken. He recoiled but nodded sharply, pulling out his wallet mid-step. Fine, donate. The crowd erupted, pledges flying, phones out, transfers buzzing. Maya's laugh rang out, pure and fierce, hugging the skeptic impromptu. See? Healing spreads. But an elderly woman challenged from the front, cane tapping hard. Spreads? Society's still rotten. Racism roots deep. Deep? Maya's knee matched her level, hand on the cane firm. Uproot it, one story at a time. The woman gripped back, tears welling. Your story, mine too. Maya rose, pulling her on stage, voices merging in testimony, abuse tales spilling, catharsis crashing like waves. Ethan watched, pulling Lucas close, the boy's small fist pumping air. We win! Maya nodded at him, voice over the mic. Family redefined, not blood, choice. Doubts hit from the sides, reporters shoving mics. Future? Sustainable? Sustainable? Maya's shove cleared space, her body a barrier. Watch, camps expand, funds grow, thousands healed. Ethan interjected, arm around her. Global now, your legacy. Maya turned, hugging him tight, whispering fiercely. Ours. Jasmine appeared from the shadows, stepping on stage unannounced, embracing Maya. Proud, so proud. Maya's tears fell, but she wiped them quickly, turning to the crowd. You are not what hurt you. Not? The chorus echoed back, voices uniting, chants building. We heal, we heal. Skeptic joined, elder too, walls shaking with the roar. Maya stepped back, eyes on the horizon, project banners unfurling, names from her wall projected large. You are what you choose to heal. Ethan raised her hand high. Lucas piling on. Family unbreakable. The auditorium pulsed with energy, doors bursting open to the world outside, the message rippling outward like fire. No end in sight, just endless light forged from once broken souls. In the end, this story reminds us that true family isn't defined by blood or skin color. It's built on love, truth, and the courage to heal from injustice. You're not the pain that broke you, you're the strength you choose to rebuild with. What about you? Share your thoughts or your own stories of overcoming hardship in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you've turned wounds into wisdom. Thanks so much for watching. If this resonated, hit that subscribe button for more inspiring tales, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.